Need some coins for that God Squad you've always wanted? Check out rockbottomcoins.com for cheap and fast coins. Use code ZIRK for 30% off your order.
The whole thing wobbin', wobbin', wobbin'. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbin'.
What's going on, guys? It's Zirksee coming at you today with another YouTube video, and today we have just confirmed it. The Madden 21 beta is coming very soon. Now, in case you guys didn't know, there was a little thing you guys could sign up for from the 16th through the 22nd. I did tweet out the link. I also mentioned it multiple times in videos. You guys need to go ahead and get entered in because we didn't know what it was going to be, but I kind of thought it was going to be a beta. And if you take a look here, if you guys happen to be signed in, if you played in the Madden 20 beta, which I also played in that, left some feedback over there, you can see there is actually a forum open right now for the Madden 21 beta. Now, I do want to give a shout out to GutFox. I believe he was the first person to actually break this news. So shout out to him. I'm not sure how he found this out. Good work by him. But as you guys can see, the forum is open right here on the Madden 21 beta, and someone actually already did say something. Now, this could just be a troll maybe because at the time I recorded this video, I don't have a beta code. I don't know anyone that does have a beta code, but it seems like in the gun tight slot stick in the Kansas City playbook, they said if you hot route the A receiver to a, for some reason it's blanked out, do a low throw and then attempt a possession catch, sometimes the receiver won't trigger a catch animation. So that is essentially the only thing that's on the forum right now. But something else that is pretty big, that if you go to the Madden NFL 20 beta forum, it says that you cannot share any sort of videos from it and you cannot share any sort of feedback elsewhere. But before we go any farther, I do want to give a shout out to Matthew Basello for being a part of the Noti Gang. If you guys want a chance to be shouted out in the next video, drop a like in the vid, make sure you guys are subbed to the channel, turn that notification bell on, and comment down below Noti Gang. But the one thing that's really cool is if you go to the Madden 20 beta, it does actually mention that you cannot publish any sort of recording or anything like that elsewhere aside from just playing the games. And it doesn't say that here in the Madden 21 beta description, so as we already know at 8 p.m. Eastern time tonight, they are going to be doing a gameplay deep dive stream, I believe. So my guess is that the beta is going to go live afterwards, and as you guys can see, we actually just got a second post. Offensive lineman picking up blitzes. When a DB is blitzing, if the tackle has no one to block, he should be able to go outside and pick up the blitzing DB. So I don't know if these are trolls or somehow people have already got the beta code. I'm a little bit intrigued. So I have to see what else is going to pop up here, but it is good to know that the Madden 21 beta is going to be coming out at some point, either today or tomorrow. My best guess really is it's going to be after the stream. It wouldn't make sense for them to do it before the stream because I feel like they want to break down some of the gameplay stuff and then let us go ahead and play, but we'll just have to see. But something that's actually kind of cool here, I want to go over my feedback and what I actually left for feedback for Madden 20. So I just want to let you guys know I am putting on Madden 20 gameplay in the background here, but I just thought it'd be kind of interesting for me to actually go over what I wrote down in the forums for Madden 20 and how things have actually changed. I do have to say that don't expect all of the main issues that we see in the Madden 21 forums to necessarily be addressed, but I do hope that with, it seems like anyways, allowing it to be pushed out to more people, if in fact they do allow us to make videos on Madden 21 and Madden 20, we couldn't make videos on it. We could talk about the game, but we couldn't actually showcase stuff in videos for you guys or stream the game. If we're able to do that, I feel like we may be able to get a little bit more feedback, which would be very nice, but I want to go over what exactly I said and maybe how things change. So the first thing that I actually wrote in my Madden 20 feedback was wind-up speeds need to be sped up, and I still agree. I feel like a lot of quarterbacks this year, their wind-up speed was really bad, especially on even short throws. It is ridiculous how long it takes someone to throw the ball. That's why Aaron Rodgers is such a good card for some people. Even though he doesn't have the highest overall card in the game, a lot of people absolutely love Aaron Rodgers cards because he has the fastest release in the game, and it's really important. A lot of quarterbacks here just don't have a good release, and I still feel like that's something they should have changed for Madden 20 and hopefully addressed it for Madden 21. Now, the second thing that I actually put in here was I felt like blitzes seemed to be too overpowered because of how long it actually took you to throw it to the flats, which I have to say, you know, maybe I just wasn't running the right formations there in the beta. I definitely was not coming out and blocking 7 people at a time because I didn't really feel like I needed to in times. In previous Maddens, you didn't really need to. If there was a free cornerback, as long as you had some of the flats, you could really get the pass out there pretty easily. I feel like this year you really can't do that unless you do happen to have like an Aaron Rodgers quarterback with that quick of a release. So that one, meh. I also wrote down that pass rush seemed to be very, very overpowered in the beta, which I have to still agree with that statement. Pass rush in general in Madden 20 is extremely overpowered. It's so overpowered that to the point, I feel like you really, really needed an escape artist quarterback this year, and it really limited what you can do offensively, because I feel like if you don't have escape artists this year, you're really just putting yourself in a hole immediately, because if someone is blitzing you, if someone is coming in with a blitz and you don't have escape artist, you're basically done for. So, yeah, I think I kind of agree with that statement still. I also mentioned that spins and jukes seem to be very, very good, and it was hard to make the one-on-one tackles in open field. Now, of course, they did do something to kind of help us in one-on-one situations this year. Later on, they actually patched it so that if you were using a defender, you couldn't actually get juked out, which was very, very good to see. So that actually was addressed, and I still think it was very, very overpowered in the beta. Now, of course, a huge difference in case you guys didn't play Madden 19 to Madden 20, usering, especially linebackers, was very, very different from Madden 19 to the beta, and it, in general, was still very, very different from Madden 20 and Madden 19 because the lack of jumping. I mean, you could jump routes that were easily 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 yards down the field in Madden 19. In Madden 20, if you don't have lurker, you are not doing that. Like, you definitely need to have some speed, and you need to have lurker out there to be able to make it down the field in time and to be able to intercept the pass. In Madden 20 and Madden 19, you could literally just stand right there in your hook zone, and you might get lucky enough to intercept like a post. As long as it's not like a 40-yard post, or if it feels like a quick little 15-yard post, you might be able to intercept it just by standing right there. So that was a huge, huge difference, but really if you just have lurker on this year, you can still make some pretty incredible plays. Another thing that I did mention is zone coverage, how it was very, very, very bad in the beta, and it was definitely, I feel like it was way worse in the beta, honestly. Like, you could throw just about anything, and zones would not react in the beta. And if I remember correctly, man coverage was actually pretty good. I think that in general, zone coverage is still not very good this year, especially on rollout corner routes. You see so many people using rollout corner routes this year. I do think that coverages do react a little bit better than they did in the beta, but they still were pretty bad. Now, something that I actually find very, very funny that I wrote down in the beta, I said because of linebackers not making plays when it comes to intercepting balls, it really seems as though defensive back heavy sets were the move. But I said the run game seems strong enough this year that you really can't do that. And that is pretty much spot on with Madden 20. I mean, the run game is so incredible that even if you run linebacker heavy sets, it is still so hard to stop the run. So you were correct, Pass Zirk. It definitely is very, very hard to stop the run, and DB heavy sets are not the move if your opponent does not stop running the ball. I also said that RPO seemed tough to stop because linebackers just would not make a play on the alert stretch, which I think is something that actually did get fixed. If you had them in the right coverage, you had them in the right position, they definitely made plays on it. But I remember I labbed a lot actually with Eric Rayweather. You guys may know him, a fellow Madden YouTuber. I labbed a lot with him, and it didn't matter really what position they were in or what coverage they were in. If you ran that stretch alert RPO during the beta, you literally could throw it every single time, and the linebacker would not react. I also said the receivers made really good attempts to stay inbound for catches, but drags, outs, and corners seemed hard to turn upfield, which I guess was kind of a way of EA trying to get us to take advantage of those abilities like the human joystick, the grab and go, all that good stuff, which I guess is pretty fair. And I still feel like this year they do actually do a really, really good job of trying to stay in bounds. I vividly remember in the beta, I did try to throw like an end zone pass, and in Madden 19, the pass probably would have been out of bounds. The receiver stopped in the back of the end zone, turned around, and caught it in the corner. So really good to see, and that continued throughout the year. Now, my overall thoughts on the Madden 20 beta, what I actually wanted to see improved. I said, overall, I think a boost for quarterback release time on short throws and a boost to linebacker reactions, as well as zone coverage for purples and hooks would make this game great. Had a fun time playing the beta and look forward to Madden 20. That is what I said heading into Madden 20 overall with the beta, and I still feel like I agree with all those things. They definitely could have used a boost to quarterbacks, at least on the short throws, because having to cock back to throw a 5-yard route really just doesn't make sense, especially with players that have a quick flick release like Mahomes does on very short passes, even deeper passes. Mahomes has a quick flick release, which is just insane. Boost to linebacker reactions. In general, zone coverage this year definitely could have been a little bit better there. And also the fact that if you don't have Lurker, then you just got absolutely no jump at all with linebackers this year. I feel like could be tuned up a little bit heading into Madden 21. I feel like if they kept it the same in terms of like jumping with linebackers, how much you can actually intercept, I think I'd be okay with that. But honestly, not a ton changed from the beta. Like, everything that I actually complained about, the only thing that really changed was the open 1v1 tackles, because they made it to where if you're using them, then you wouldn't get juked out. And aside from that, they did boost zones a little bit for reaction times, and that was about it. So with that being said, guys, be on the lookout for the Madden 21 beta. I will let you guys know if we're actually able to share any sort of content with it, which I'm really hoping that we are, because that would be so awesome to be able to bring you guys some Madden 21 gameplay on the channel. I mean, I record a ton of videos for you guys. If they had Play a Friend in there, I would definitely try to set up some stuff, play some other YouTubers. I mean, I could have videos going until Madden 21 comes out. Like, I would record nonstop for you guys if we can possibly do that. So with that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy the video, and if you did, make sure you guys drop a like on the video, and of course hit that sub button down below. I will keep you guys posted 8 p.m. each time tonight, though. Be on the lookout for that gameplay stream. So I hope you guys did enjoy the video. See you guys next time.